Today's reading is Exodus chapter 33. The Lord used to speak to Moses face to face as one speaks with a friend. In Old Testament times, there was a belief that one could not see God and live. A very understandable belief. If you're looking at God, well, you must have passed through the gate of death. After all, a mortal would burn up in the presence of God. There were lots of stories about this, particularly associated with the time of wandering in the wilderness, when they received the Ten Commandments and the covenant at Mount Sinai. The people must stay away from the divine presence. But Moses was invited up the mountain and spent a lot of time there. He also encountered God in the tent of meeting. And in the tent, we are told, God spoke to Moses as one speaks with a friend. How unbearably touching that phrase is. Yet even Moses asked to see God's glory and was told that he could not. The most he would see was God's back, as it were, after God had passed by. I will cover you with my hand, God tells him, in another lovely, intimate phrase. And the implication is that the covering would save Moses' life. This reminds me of a line by the poet R.S. Thomas. Such a fast God, always before us and leaving as we arrive. Or another similar idea. We never catch him at work, but can only say, coming suddenly upon an amendment, that here he had been. Moses was deeply revered, and you'll remember how the disciples saw him with Elijah, representing the law and the prophets, with the transfigured Jesus. Yet Jesus was clearly their Lord, the one who said to his disciples and to us, "You are my friends, if you do what I command you." We have the privilege of being Easter people, friends of God, friends of Jesus. We have seen his glory, says the prologue to John's Gospel, full of grace and truth. We can speak with God as one speaks with a friend. In these days of social distancing, we are aware afresh of the importance of friends, of contact, of company, for our health and well-being and happiness. We may be cut off from many of our loved ones, but that tent of meeting, which wandered around the wilderness, can be pitched in our back garden or in our living room. And there we can meet and speak with God as one speaks with a friend.